pleasant day to all. Allow us to share with you some tips on how to put your brewing innovations into motion. The May 2020 call for proposals resulted to a whopping 82% being disapproved at the various stages of the evaluation process. Ever wonder how you can ace that grant for your research idea? In this presentation, we will reveal the top 10 common proposal deficiencies in order to help you increase your chances of getting your proposals approved. 1. Not aligned to call priorities. The call topics or priorities are carefully crafted by the Council and reflects the result of various consultations with stakeholders and with due consideration to the sectoral R&D roadmaps. This deficiency results to an outright disapproval. Note 2 that submitting the proposal to the wrong funding agency, example, proposal intended for other councils, will also result to a disapproval. 2. Lacking commitment from target adopters and industry partners. Part of ensuring sustainability is the involvement of potential adopters or partners in the project. The proposal should present a letter of undertaking or commitment specifying roles and responsibilities and counterpart funding from potential partners, target users, or techno-takers. 3. Not clear on how the proposal will address specific gaps. The proposal should clearly identify point A, the current gaps and needs, and the point B, where the proposal intends to go. How to go from point A to point B should be clearly spelled out. This ties to clarity in methodology and significance. It also ties to the NSDB, which stands for Needs, Solution, Differentiation, and Benefits. The need is the problem that the proposal will help address. Proponents should convince the evaluator about the gravity of the problem. The solution presents your proposed solution to the identified need. Give detailed arguments to explain what makes your solution so compelling. Differentiation shows the unique features and advantages of the proposed solution compared with other possible or existing solutions. And the benefits are the outcomes or impacts that can be perceived after implementing the proposed solution. 4. Duplication with existing or completed projects or technologies. A research proposal should be original, and ensuring this requires due diligence by the proponent. There are times when there are proposed interventions over existing technologies, but these have to be fully explained in terms of advantages, uniqueness, and cost competitiveness. We invite you to visit the shared research database portal containing description of projects and technologies as your reference in determining duplication with our supported projects. 5. Inadequate literature review. The review of literature should feature related researches which have been conducted, as well as the state-of-the-art technology or current information from which the proposal will take off. It should highlight the advantages of the proposed method over existing conventional ones. It is in the literature review where the proponent presents a case and should arrive at an understanding why the research should be done, addressing a gap, or how it wants to continue on a leading edge of a research that is yet to be explored. 6. Insufficient data to assess the significance of the proposal. The following information will help bolster the proposal significance and will lead to better appreciation. If, for example, you are proposing a product using indigenous material, be sure to include data on raw material availability as well as the competing uses. If you are proposing an improvement of, say, yield, efficiency, or accuracy, be sure to quantify this improvement. 7. Methodology not clear. The methodology should match the objectives and should be clear enough for the reviewers to follow the steps to be taken without necessarily giving the details which will be determined in the experiments. This will also allow us to determine if funding requested matches the procedures. Your methodology should contain the strategies for implementation, experimental design and procedures, variables to be measured and evaluated, evaluation methods and observations to be made, and statistical analysis. 8. 6 P's outputs not clearly specified. The 6 P's are measurable outputs of the research. Publications, scientific publications in peer-reviewed journals. Product or process are innovations with potential for commercialization or information for public good. People services shows the increase in scientific workforce with the number of graduate students involved in the project. Places are established laboratories and institutions that will likely produce the other P's, and partnerships are the linkages forged from the project. Policies are science-based policies that have been institutionalized in the form of congressional laws, executive and administrative orders, and policy guidelines for government agencies and LGUs. Patents are proprietary invention or other forms of intellectual property for potential future profit. 9. Funding requirement does not match project scope. Consider this when preparing the project budget. Is the budget consistent with the proposed activities? Are the projected costs reasonable? Are there sufficient details and justifications for the requested budget, like equipment quotations, frequency and rates of testing services, and details of professional services? It is more advantageous if the project does not start from scratch, it is building on something. For example, capacity building of researchers have been done, or facilities in which to do the experiments are existing. Moreover, counterpart funding should always be indicated. And 10. Sustainability and risk management plans are missing or unclear. Going beyond the project duration, the proponents should ensure that there is a clear plan on how the results of the projects may be sustained. Note that submission of a new proposal to sustain a completed or ongoing proposal does not constitute sustainability of the project. Proponents should be able to provide a risk management plan that can mitigate the effects of uncertain events that may occur in the conduct of the project. In summary, here are the 10 common deficiencies in proposals which could be avoided with proper planning or preparation. In this part of the presentation, we will give some tips to hurdle the different evaluation levels. The evaluators at different levels use different lenses to look through the proposal. The PMT looks at socioeconomic impact, essentially on the potential of the research result to impact the economy, including productivity and generation of employment. Environmental impact, whether the project will potentially destroy or improve the environment. Plans for research or project result utilization, related to the sustainability plan, and essentially how the research results will be utilized, and if applicable, how facility or equipment can be sustainable. Marketability, how the product from the research project can position itself in the current market. The technical panel, composed of experts in the field, looks at the following. Scientific merit. It is a basic requirement that the proposal is founded on sound scientific principles. So they look at the NSDB, conceptual framework, RRL, among other things. Methodology, we have discussed earlier. A time frame should be just enough for the project scope. Risk management, I have mentioned earlier, and other factors such as ethical or regulatory issues which the proposal should comply with. Governing council level, chaired by the DOST secretary, they look for the following. Soundness in terms of relevance, budget, and timelines. suitability of output. So you should clearly identify or specify expected outputs and submit a letter of commitment from industry adopter. Significance of outcome, social, economic, policy, and academic, and the competence of proponent. Aside from expertise, whether or not the DOST had good experience with the proponent is taken into consideration. We hope that all these tips can help more Filipino researchers and scientists gain funding support from the DOST and help us contribute to the continuous growth and development of the Philippines through science, technology, and innovation. Let us know if you have questions for us so that we can immediately address this and get you better equipped to write and prepare your research proposal. You may always contact our project managers or ask through our social media accounts. Thank you and good day.